What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jacob from Topside MMA, and today I'm coming at you with my UFC 322 recap. And what can we say? We're so back, baby. We are so back. We absolutely killed it. This card, in terms of the picks, we were eating all night. Absolutely killed it in terms of the picks. 12 out of 14 on the night. As you can see from the results in Tapology, ranked 80th in the world in terms of the picks. We are so back. We were on fire. We did the breakdowns. We did the deep dives. We did all the research, and it paid off this week. Absolutely killed it. Absolutely smoked it. Super excited for the picks this week. Absolutely dominated. In terms of the locks, too, I mean, we were killing it. I mean, look at this. We had the locks. The first lock that we had from you guys, the voted one in the blue, Susurkaev ended up hitting. Your guys' lock hit. My lock with Fatima Kline hit. We had the high confidence picks hit. All the medium confidence picks minus Wellmaker hit. I mean, we were on fire. We had the least confident medium pick that missed, and a low confidence pick that missed. Across the high and the medium in the locks, absolutely wiped the board this week. Amazing week in terms of the picks. Super pumped about this week. What can I say? It was an awesome week. We absolutely killed it. Super excited. This is a recap video I've been excited to make. I woke up this morning like, let's go. Let's make this one. It's going to be a good one. In terms of the play of the week as well, another W. We're back in the win column, baby. Play of the week, Cashes, Fatima Kline, money line, Kyle Daukaus, money line, Cashes. Play of the week, cash. In terms of the bets, this was the pre-slate bets. We absolutely cashed this week. We're going to go over these bets as we go throughout this breakdown. But overall, 1.17 units in profit on the night at almost 20% ROI. We were eating. In terms of this was the pre-fight slate. This was the slate that I talked about in the best bets video. This was my final slate on the night. I didn't have any live bets on this. I was watching it at a homie's house. He ended up buying the pay-per-view. And the only thing I added was a full card parlay at the very, very bottom. As you can see, it's just I had 0.05 units on a full Hail Mary parlay. Fatima Kline, Kyle Daukaus, Erin, Blanchfield, Gregory, Rodrigues, Michael Morales, Valentina Shevchenko, and Islam Makhachev ended up cashing. I got to the very end of it. It was just the last fight of the night. I was like, all right. Basically 0.05 units to win almost a unit total. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do a little hedge. So I put a little 0.2 unit hedge on JDM money line just to walk away with some guaranteed profit. So I ended up ever so slightly higher than this, up 1.88 units on the night at 30% ROI. But either way, we were cashing from both ends. Cash all around, cash to be made. We were balling this week. What can we say? But in terms of the breakdown, if this video's helped you this week make some cash, drop a subscription. It helps a ton. Drop a sub. It really helps the channel grow quite a bit. Drop a comment if you like the videos this week. Drop a like. It really helps your boy out with the algorithm a ton, and I really appreciate it. So thank you guys for all the love on the recent videos. It's been totally awesome. So let's get into these breakdowns. First up, we got Camilo versus Slavikaus. Holy moly. I swear Slavikaus, low-key, he gave this fight away. I mean, it just seemed like he didn't even want it out there. By the halfway through the second round, Camilo is completely death-gassed. I mean, he is visibly death-gassed. He has nothing left in the tank. He's just running on fumes. Slavikaus refuses to push any type of pressure. Like, he refuses to get out of, like, second gear. It was insane, the lack of finishing ability, or just even fight finishing urgency from him. He had zero urgency, deserved to lose this fight. I feel like anyone who tried to finish Camilo probably would have finished him. I mean, that third round came around, he was death-gassed. And it's two fights back-to-back now where his cardio has been a huge problem. The last one, he got caught for it. He got lucky in this fight. This was a lucky pick in the sense of anyone with a bit of fight finishing urgency would have finished Camilo. Yeah, he might be a future fade because I don't know how you have terrible cardio back-to-back like this. He's like 24 years old. He should be improving that. I mean, cardio should be the least of his concerns. He should be able to work on that because he has a good skill set. But yeah, oh my goodness, this was a bad look from him. Slavikaus just looked even worse. It was like not a good look from either guy. But hey, we avoided this one for a reason. Camilo still deserved the win. He deserved the win for sure. But yeah, Slavikaus just kind of gave this fight away. But anyway, next up, we had Baisangur Susurkaev versus Erin McConico. The cheeky play ended up hitting. We had Baisangur Susurkaev and Susurkaev 15 plus total strikes. Cashed, clear as day, not even close. He had like, I don't know, 30 something. So doubled this line. Took the minus 1,000 money line down to a minus 160. I was super happy about this one. Also, the first Topsiders lock hit. You guys voted on this one. You guys voted on Baisangur Susurkaev as the lock of the week. So we had the first lock that you guys voted on. Ended up cashing clear as day. So love that. But yeah, not too sure what to think of Susurkaev. Like, he's kind of toying with his opponents, making them closer than they should be. I don't know what to think of him. Like, is some of it an act? Is some of it not? I mean, we've seen him get rocked. We saw him get hurt in both of his fights now. Not like hurt terribly, but he's had these moments where he's like, oh, could he be in some trouble? I don't know what to think about him. Honestly, I feel like when he goes against someone who's a very high-level guy, it's not going to be great. Because you look at the guys he's beating, Eric Nolan's a regional guy who just came up on short notice. And I think Eric Nolan's actually pretty decent. Like, I think got to put some respect on Eric Nolan's name. It's just, like, in terms of the situation for that fight, he just stepped up on short notice, on a couple days' notice, and took that fight. I mean, he was not in a position to win. Eric McConico, not a high-level guy. Pretty much, he should be 0-3 right now in the UFC, even though that Cody Brundage fight, he did win a decision he shouldn't have gotten. So, for this, not the highest level of competition to be giving him this many problems throughout his fights, I don't know what to think of him, because his skill set's good. It's just, I don't know if he's just like toying around in there, getting cocky. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this one, but he ended up cashing us, so you can't complain. Happy about this one. But next up, holy shit, we were talking about this in one of the videos. It was either, I don't know, the best bets or the full card breakdown. I don't know which one. But I was saying, like, I'm not playing the over on the Fatima Kline, because it was lined at 2.5. Holy shit, there were multiple times throughout this fight, Angela Hill, I thought she was done. I mean, she almost got submitted at the end of the first or the second round. And then this head kick. Holy shit, Angela Hill has a chin on her. You can see 10 out of 10 chin at 41 years old. I mean, she still got a granite chin. I don't know how she ate these shots like it was nothing. Angela Hill's chin needs to be studied. It needs to be replicated in a lab, because the way that she was just absorbing damage was absolutely insane. And I thought it was so funny too. The 7.5 robbery lives on. Basically, in back-to-back Angela Hill fights, in the last fight that she had against Yasmin Lucindo, I was on the other end of it. So basically, for a plus 7.5 spread to hit, you need one judge to not rule it at 30-27. So you need one judge to give Angela Hill basically saying she won one round. So Angela Hill lost a 29-28 on one judge's scorecard. The other judges had a 30-27 against Angela Hill. Then a plus 7.5 would hit. In her last fight, I had the Angela Hill plus 7.5. And as the fight was over, they were going to announce the scorecards. I was like, yeah, no, I'm screwed. Angela Hill did not win a single round. It is pretty clearly like, yeah, it's 30-27 across the board. Somehow got it. And I'm usually on the other end of the robberies. Usually I'm the one getting hosed. So that time I didn't get hosed. I was on the receiving end of the, I don't know if you want to call it corruption or the just, I don't know what you want to call it, but I was on the good end of it that time. And this time I looked at the scorecards. It hit again. The plus 7.5 for Angela Hill hit again. I'm like, it should not have hit. There is no way in hell Angela Hill won a single round. I mean, it was a clear 30-27. I don't know what judge gave a 29-28 saying Angela Hill won a round. That was a robbery. I mean, it's back to back. The plus 7.5 robbery for Angela Hill fights lives on. We might just have to do it in her next one, because holy shit, that was not warranted. I thought it was a pretty clear 30-27 damage, control, outstruck her. I mean, Fatima Kline mopped the floor with Angela Hill for 3 full rounds. It was insane. I'm surprised she didn't get a finish either. I mean, the knockout was there, the sub was there. But anyway, Fatima Kline, extremely dominant performance. That's exactly what we thought was going to happen. That's what we talked about. The lock hit once again. We were balling on this one. So next up, we got Pat Sabatini versus Chepe Mariscal. Damn, it was close. We had a moment there where the KO was possible. There was a possible chance where Pat Sabatini ate a shot towards the end of the round, busted him open. I thought there could have been a chance. 30-27 scorecard, though, is pretty crazy. I will say, I don't know how it was ruled at 30-27. You look at the end of this fight, you know, you look, they say, all right, damage is the #1 scoring criteria. Pat Sabatini's eye is so busted up, he can barely open it. Chepe Mariscal doesn't have a single scratch on him, and he gets a 30-27 for Pat Sabatini. So we're not, damage doesn't mean anything. I mean, yeah, Pat Sabatini landed 0 damage the entire fight, and he got a 30-27. I'm not even saying Chepe deserved to win. I'm just saying 30-27 is kind of crazy. I thought for sure it'd be a 29-28 type of a thing. 30-27? Yeah, Pat Sabatini needs to get knocked out. I mean, holy shit. That was probably the most boring performance I've ever seen. I mean, I respect his game. He's sticking to what he's good at. He's sticking to a game plan. But in terms of like entertaining, like the entertainment factor of these fights, Pat Sabatini, I can't say I'm very excited for another Pat Sabatini fight. But hopefully Chepe Mariscal can bounce back. Excited to see him back. But anyway, next up we had Daukaus versus Gerald Meerschaert. I didn't even see this fight. This fight ended so damn fast. I was driving to my buddy's house for the main, or at least the prelims or the main card. At some point, it was during this fight, whatever this was during the night. I was driving to my buddy's house, and I was like, I got cleaned up, and I was ready to get in the car. I was like, all right, I'm just going to listen to the audio for this fight in the car. So, like, from the time of me getting out of my house, getting in the car, and going to, like, connect to the Bluetooth, load it back, ESPN up on my phone so I could listen to it, the fight was already over. I was like, come on, man. So I had to go rewatch it. Pretty crazy, though. I will say, pretty crazy. I mean, it was over like that. It was so damn fast. I was like, holy shit. GM3 might just be washed. Yeah, I think it might just be the end of the road. I mean, I didn't think Kyle Daukaus was going to run through him like this. The minus 5.5 spread ended up hitting on this one, though, so super excited about that. But yeah, it was I don't know if GM3 is just washed or if Kyle Daukaus is good. Maybe a little bit of both. I don't really know, but hey, shout out to Kyle Daukaus. He deserved the win. And GM3, I don't know what you do with him from here on out. Who do we have him fight next? Let me know, because I have no idea who he should fight next. I don't know. But anyway, next up. Yeah, Malcolm Wellmaker, my boy. My boy got cooked. It was a painful, painful watch. I will say, this was a painful one. Avoided this one, which I was happy about because we didn't want to play Malcolm Wellmaker as a minus 500. That was absolutely insane. So avoided this trap for sure. This was a definite trap. And it was kind of funny in the original Locks of Traps. I think I had this one as a trap too, even though different opponent against Cody Haddon. But it ended up being a trap either way. So it was a good back and forth fight. It's just, I was surprised. I don't know. Malcolm Wellmaker got his shit rocked in this. I mean, he definitely lost. I thought, maybe short notice step up. They want Malcolm Wellmaker to do really well because he's like the pretty boy, star boy right now for the UFC. He's like bringing a huge crowd, ton of hype behind him. I thought maybe there was a chance there might have been a robbery because then you give Ethyn Ewing, you give him another shot. Obviously he made the fight that competitive. I just, if there was no scandal with the Bulgarian thing, I guarantee you it would have been Malcolm Wellmaker winning a split decision. They give Ethyn Ewing a full contract for like at least 3 fights and everyone goes off happy. That would have been like pre-Bulgarian. I could have definitely seen that happening. But yeah, no, I think this was the total right decision. Ethyn Ewing totally deserved to win this fight. It was close, or close enough. Malcolm Wellmaker had some moments. But yeah, pretty bad look for Malcolm Wellmaker. He's still my boy, though. We're never switching up on Malcolm Wellmaker. I'm always going to be a Malcolm Wellmaker fan. But I will say, I'm an Ethyn Ewing fan now. I mean, he came out here, showed guts, showed courage. He was super confident. Nothing but respect to Ethyn Ewing. So shout out to Ethyn Ewing, though. He's legit. He really is. I mean, he came up a couple days' notice, handled business like that. Respect. So excited. Hopefully Malcolm Wellmaker gets a little bit of an easier matchup. Hopefully he can round out his skill set a little bit more. He's a bit older of a prospect, but at 31, he still has time to develop. He has time to get some more good fights in. So I'm excited for another Malcolm Wellmaker fight. I'm excited for another Ethyn Ewing fight. Good scrap between these two guys, though, all around. But next up, holy shit, MMA math strikes again. We talked about this. We saw, and MMA math doesn't always work. There's a lot of times where it doesn't make sense at all. But when you have a similar stylistic matchup, we saw both these girls fight the same opponent, Rose Namajunas, around the same time, and they both had the same exact game plan. So that was really where we got to see where their level of grappling is. Erin Blanchfield, ton of success, won the fight. Tracy Cortez, 0 success, got mollywopped the entire time. Pretty self-explanatory. The MMA math actually added up. It made sense there. And then the grappling, it wasn't even close. I mean, I did not expect Tracy Cortez to get submitted, though. Had the over 2.5 in one of my parlays, so I really didn't think it was going to end like this. I was pretty surprised. I can't say I'm mind blown, but I really did not see Tracy Cortez getting submitted, at least at this point. If this was the 3rd round and there's only 20 seconds left and she knows that she's cooked and she lets it up, I can't say I'd be mind blown there. But she won the 1st round, so if she could have just survived through this, it would have been 1-1. I'm surprised she let it go like that. I will say, Tracy Cortez, I mean, it does make sense. So if you kind of look at it, Tracy Cortez is one of those fighters where if you look at girls, they're putting on fake eyelashes to get into the cage. They care more about their looks than their performances. I can't say that I'm mind blown. You got girls like Fatima Kline who's shaving her damn sides of her head and she's going out there trying to murder people. That's the type of girl you got to get behind. Fatima Kline, future champion. That's my girl. But yeah, no, Tracy Cortez got worked on the ground. It was pretty bad. But Erin Blanchfield looked amazing. We had Erin Blanchfield, high confidence pick, ended up cashing clear as day. You love to see it. Next up, Roman Kopylov versus Gregory Rodrigues. It was close. We had the sub prop there. It was so close. He had the heel hook he was going for. I thought he was going to get it against Roman Kopylov. It was so damn close. Roman Kopylov barely escaped. I was like, damn it, Roman. Ever so slightly, but we had the decision prop as little hedge too, so ended up positive on this fight overall. Pretty excited about this one, pretty happy with this one, but yeah, it was pretty funny too. I put in the stats, as you can see, Gregory Rodrigues almost doubled up Kopylov on strikes. Roman Kopylov, what are you doing, brother? I don't know what's next for Roman Kopylov. I mean, he made Gregory Rodrigues look like prime Mike Tyson out there. Not the best look. I mean, it was just... He had moments. He had a couple moments where he was rocking Gregory Rodrigues, and Roman Kopylov is a damn good striker. I don't know if it's just the urgency. I don't know if it's the volume. I don't know what it is. But Roman Kopylov kind of needs to lock in a little bit. He made Gregory Rodrigues look like a world beater out there. Not the best look. But shout out to RoboCop. Did it. Got the job done. Clear as day. Looked damn good. And we got the decision on this one. So, all around, pretty happy with this one. Next up, Nickal versus Rodolfo Vieira. Buy low spot came through. We knew it. Kind of like a Peyton Talbot. You got a young, hungry, up-and-coming prospect with a ton of hype. They get their ass kicked. Their next fight, their line drops down quite a bit. Sometimes it backfires and they have back-to-back losses. But other times like this, they get a nice little bounce-back spot. So I was happy about this one. A little half unit, didn't overextend, but got a little nice line on Nickal, who really is a decent talent, at least in the wrestling, MMA base. It's coming together. But, I will say he looked pretty good in this fight. Knocking out Rodolfo Vieira like this with the head kick was absolutely insane, though. Rodolfo Vieira had never been knocked out, ever. So the fact that he got knocked out with a head kick like this was absolutely nuts. Shout out to Nickal. He looked really good out there. He looked good out there. You can tell he's developing. He wasn't the most polished, but against Rodolfo Vieira, who's really not a super high-level dangerous striker, this matchup really made sense on paper when we broke it down. Feels like this match was made for a reason. It's a very winnable matchup for Nickal. They're not giving him some elite striker with amazing takedown defense that would just starch Nickal. They're not doing that. They're saying, all right, let's give you Rodolfo Vieira. And honestly, he handled Rodolfo Vieira better than anyone else in the UFC, knocking him out like that. Or maybe you could argue Fluffy beat him down just the same, but still. Look damn good out there. Humble Bo 2.0 has arrived. I kind of like him. I'm not going to lie. I kind of like the Humble Bo Nickal. I'm excited to see what's next for him. Who does he fight next? We will have to see. But I'm excited for it. But anyway, cash on this one. Was pretty happy about it. Next up, Beneil Dariush versus Benoit Saint-Denis. Holy moly. Yeah, Dariush's chin is unfortunately complete dust at this point. There's no going back. There's no going back. I was pissed though. It ended so damn fast. I beat the line like crazy on that 1+ takedown prop landed. I absolutely beat the line. It went from like a +120 to like a -160. Completely flip-flopped. Didn't mean shit though. I mean, he was out cold within, what was this, like 15 seconds? I mean, absolutely crazy. It was insane before. There was no moment of success at all for Dariush. People were saying early stoppage. You could see the man folded over with his cheeks in the air. Move, fighter. I mean, yeah, you can't even say that. You can't even say that. You can't say that. Herb Dean, you should not be giving Herb Dean shit for this type of a stoppage. This is not a bad stoppage. And I know normally if he dies, Herb Dean. But he can't. This should have been stopped. I mean, Beneil Dariush was out. He was out. This was not a good look. But anyway, shout out to BSD. Got the job done. Didn't end up cashing on the 1+ takedowns prop. But we did cash on the BSD round 1 only prop. Cashed on that one, shmoney. And Benoit Saint-Denis by knockout +195. Cashed. So that was a huge hit for us. Love that one. Overall did well in this fight. Super, exciting fight for the 20 seconds it lasted. But yeah, it was a banger. So anyway, next up. Oh, damn. Come on, Leon. Come on, Leon. You need to pour this under the fire. Fuck, dude. Yeah, this was brutal. This was insane. Leon Edwards, Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates hits Leon Edwards, knocks him out cold. Out cold. I like the him smiling in that bottom left photo. That was like kind of freaky, honestly. It kind of like startled the shit out of me. I'm like, holy shit. He's like smiling. Like he's out of it. He's totally out of it. You can see the picture right above. I mean, his body was dropping. Afterwards, Carlos Prates hits the Poetan celebration, which was pretty tough. Poetan was in the audience. It was pretty tough, I will say. It was pretty tough. But damn, dude, it was so kind of stupid, though, honestly. Leon Edwards, if he would have fought the smart game plan, he probably would have won this fight. That's the worst thing about this, too. Round 1, Leon Edwards is having success in the wrestling. He's backpacking Carlos Prates at one point. The wrestling and the grappling, Leon Edwards was a step ahead of Carlos Prates. Wins the first round, and then it's just the second round, he gets cocky. I don't know if he's cocky. He just says, okay, I just want to stand and strike with this guy. He stood and he struck with him. He got caught, and he paid the price. And it sucks, because it's like Leon Edwards is so good. If he would have stuck to that same game plan, he would have probably won this entire fight, because Carlos Prates really was struggling in the grappling early on in that first round. So, it sucks. It sucks to see Leon go out like this, because he did have a good-ass run when he was champion. But at this point, on this big losing streak, now his chin getting cracked like this too. The first time he's been knocked out. I'm like, what's next for Leon Edwards, man? I don't know. I still like Leon Edwards. I like Leon. I want to see him do well. This was one of those matchups where it's just like, shit, man. If he didn't stick to a wrestling heavy game plan, cannot say I'm surprised he got knocked out like this. Carlos Prates looked damn good. I mean, who's getting the title shot next? Is it Carlos Prates? I don't know. This is a damn good performance, I will say, though. So, shout out to Carlos Prates. He did his thing. Took this one off in terms of the bets because I was too worried about either guy. But yeah, Carlos Prates came through with the win. Next up, Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. This is a pick I was super excited about. I was so happy about this one. I feel like everyone and their mother was picking Sean Brady. Everyone was saying, oh, no, dude, Michael Morales, he has shit grappling, dude. No, he has no chance. We proved the haters wrong with this one. Picked Michael Morales. I was super happy about this one. Literally, this is exactly what we talked about with Sean Brady. Sean Brady, his striking's not even bad. It's just Sean Brady looks good when he's the one walking you down, when he's the one moving forward, when he's pushing his opponent against the cage and striking. He can look good. He can land on you. But when Sean Brady is on his back foot, when his back is against the cage and someone's walking him down in the striking, he just crumbles. He just falls apart. That's exactly what Bilal did to him. That's exactly what Michael Morales did to him. I mean, you can see when he goes down right here. You can see his back's to the cage. You can see it was not a good look. The second Michael Morales started walking him down against the cage, it was the beginning of the end. Sean Brady just had nothing there. He had no answers. I don't know why Sean Brady was entertaining the striking for that long. There were moments where he was getting clipped on the feet, but he was still there. There were moments where he was just eating shots, and he could have just shot for a takedown. He could have. He just waited too long, wasn't going for the grappling at all. I don't know what was going on with Sean Brady. I don't know what the game plan was. It was pretty stupid, honestly. It kind of sucks. I feel like he could have easily tried to grapple a bit more and make this fight a lot closer than it was. He just wanted to stand and strike against the largest, lengthiest man in the entire division with huge power and looping shots that you can't even see coming. And he paid the price. So Sean Brady and Leon Edwards both. It's like if they would have stuck to a better game plan, they probably would have made the fights a lot closer than they were. But unfortunately, they both didn't. And this is where we are. So we got the pick right, and we got the cash prop on this one too. We had the Michael Morales knockout only, subway decision, no action, -235. We had one unit on that. Cash clear as day. Super excited about that one. What can we say? Got the pick, got the bets right all around. We were eating on this fight. But next up, we had Wei Li versus Shevchenko. Crazy ass size difference. I know a ton of people were on Wei Li this week. We talked about it. I was heavy on Shevchenko. Or not heavy on her. I just had her as the pick. I wasn't going back and forth in this one. Because in my mind, I was thinking Shevchenko, her hardest matchup was going to be a Manon Fiorot. That's what I thought. If she could beat Manon Fiorot, she's probably beating everyone. Because Manon Fiorot is a specimen, huge freak monster of a girl. Wei Li is just not that, especially her coming up a weight class. She's going to be the naturally smaller girl, and we saw Shevchenko able to outwork Manon Fiorot in the grappling. You better believe she's probably going to be able to outgrapple a Wei Li Zhang, who's a bit smaller. So, can't say I'm surprised about this one at all. Now, I am surprised it was just a one-sided ass kicking. That was surprising to me. I thought it would have been a lot more competitive. I thought there would have been a lot more back and forth moments between the two girls. It was a one-sided beatdown. I mean, Wei Li had no success. No success. And if this picture doesn't really do it justice, but the size difference between these two, it almost looked like the Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. I mean, the size difference was insane. Whew, this fight was super boring, though. I'm not going to lie. I was with some of the homies, and there was like some people who don't really watch the UFC. And during this fight, there were like two different guys. We were inside a couple different couches. Two guys fell asleep during this fight. And I'm like, I didn't even want to wake them back up. I was like, they're not missing shit. And they're like casuals. They don't really watch the UFC at all. I was like, yeah, I can't say I'm surprised that this fight literally put people to sleep because I witnessed it in real life, in real time. But anyway, shout out to Shevchenko. She's the GOAT. I mean, she's the GOAT. She's the GOAT. Wei Li just needs to go back down to her weight class. She needs to go back down with the little girls, and she needs to handle business down there again. Shevchenko and the big girls, they're just too big. They're just too damn big. Size difference was huge. Weight classes exist for a reason. Shout out to Wei Li, though. She's a champ. She's a beast. We'd like to see her again back here soon. But anyway, in the main event, this is the one that I was kicking. Like, I feel like with the Shevchenko Wei Li fight, even with like hindsight being 2020, after things happened, everyone is like, well, I obviously saw that. This one, I can't say I'm like, after this fight ended, I can't say, oh yeah, I was really expecting that type of a thing to happen. I was surprised it was this one-sided of a beatdown. You know what I mean? Like, from what we've seen from both girls, I was not expecting this one-sided of a beatdown. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it would be more competitive based off what we've seen from both girls. From this one, this was one of those, in hindsight, I'm like, dude, we saw JDM get out-grappled by Basel Hafez. He's going to split decisions against Basel Hafez and Kevin Holland. Is Islam Makhachev going to a split decision against Basel Hafez or Kevin Holland? He was losing the fight with Gilbert Burns up until he got a lucky knockout at the very end. I'm like, going through the tape, I'm like, why did I should have been a lot more confident in Islam Makhachev. Like, we had him as the pick. Totally fine there. Like, it's not like we had any action on JDM that ended up losing. Had the knockout only, but that was a refund, so totally fine there. But I was like, looking back, I'm like, dude, Islam Makhachev is beating everyone. He's beating all the legends of the sport. He's beating the best of the best. You got Poirier, you got Volk, you got Oliveira. He's beating everyone. JDM, who's his best win? Belal Muhammad. And you go back and watch that fight. Belal Muhammad didn't even try to wrestle until the 4th and the 5th round. And at that point, when he actually tried, he was getting takedowns and controlling JDM with ease. It's like, looking back, hindsight on this one, I'm like, I don't know how anyone could have picked JDM. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I had this as a medium confidence pick, but even looking back, I'm like, I should have had this as a high confidence pick. Like, looking at the tape, we saw JDM really struggle with grappling against much lower level opponents. We've seen Islam Makhachev beat the best on planet Earth time and time again. Yeah, Islam came out here and kicked ass. He handled business. Now, was it an absolute snooze fest? You're damn right it was. But it was a one-sided beatdown. I mean, it was insane. This was a crazy fight to watch, and not in the sense of the entertainment value, just like seeing JDM just wither and get broken. You could see it in his face. As the longer this fight went on, he was like, dude, I'm fucked. Like, I have no answer. Even his corner's not saying shit. They're like, you gotta finish him. Like, I feel bad for JDM. I do feel bad, because obviously, like, that type of a loss is pretty demoralizing. But at the same time, it's Islam Makhachev. He really is the GOAT. I think the GOAT debate is probably over. No one is doing it like Islam. In terms of, like, who's beating the best and the best of the best, Islam Makhachev is just on a whole nother level. Who beats Islam? Gotta give Michael Morales. Michael Morales might just be the one. Michael Morales might just be the one. Carlos Prates would get absolutely destroyed by Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev would have his way with Carlos Prates so bad, it would be like a 50-33 on the scorecards. Like, it would be brutal what Islam Makhachev would do to Carlos Prates. But Michael Morales might just be our last hope. Who else is going to do it? Sean Brady's not doing it. I don't know. Ian Gary? Hell no. Shavkat, where the hell is he? He's dealing with all these injuries. Michael Morales, champion 2028. He might just be the one to beat Islam Makhachev. At this point, though, Islam, he's 34 years old. Who's beating him? We're out of hope. I mean, at this point, I don't think JDM was that guy. I didn't really have a ton of hope in him at all here to beat him. But at this point, who else has any hope? Belal? Oh, I don't know. But anyway, guys, we did so damn well on this card. I was super excited to make this breakdown video for you guys, or the recap video for you guys. So thank you guys for all the love on the videos. Thank you guys for all the support recently. It's been totally awesome with the videos. If you guys like the content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to your boy. It really helps out with the algorithm quite a bit. So thank you guys for all the love on the videos. Hope you guys catch this week in UFC 322. Nice little bounce back spot for all of us. After last week was a bit of a dumpster fire, so it was great to have a great bounce back with this week, with the picks and the bets we were eating. So once again, thank you guys for all the love in the recent videos. Thank you guys for all the support. It means a ton, and I really appreciate it. And in the meantime, it's your boy Jacob from Topside MMA, and I'll see y'all soon. So, peace.